Giant Sedona 2019, Giant Sedona DX. And the seat post that came with this is a suspension seat post, but it's bottom barrel. It's very basic and never worked very well. It was very hard to get adjusted, so I wanted to do an upgrade, so I went and bought the Suntour NCX to give it a try. This was around $100, and I looked at the redshift, I looked at the kinetics, and they were considerably more than I wanted to spend. I thought $100 was probably about as much as I wanted to spend on a bike that, you know, considering what the bike is. So we're going to weigh this. I'm going to hook it up, try it out, adjust it, and see if it's any better than what the stock one was, which I'm fingers crossed hoping it's going to be much better, and see how hard it is to adjust, how plush the ride is, and how it does in rougher terrain where I ride, which is mostly trails filled with roots and whatnot. So there's a shot of it with the cover on it. Keeps the dust and debris out of your linkage, which is a great idea. It's made out of neoprene. It's a little soft. I can tell it's a little soft. We're going to stiffen it up a little bit. But for initial impressions, yeah, this was worth the money. So even though I could put this seat back together and use it, the problem always was, even from the beginning, was there's side-to-side movement in the shaft. So, you know, your seat will tend to go like in this direction, and it was kind of annoying. You know, you deal with it. But the rod that they got in here is not very big. I'd have to take it apart to show you. But I just want to see, because the first thing I noticed when I picked this up, I was like, wow, this has got some weight to it. I mean, this is heavy, but this is, it's more. So I'll fire this up, see what these actually weigh. Let's see where can I hook this. .34 for the stock one. This one's going to be 1.76. So pound and 3/4. I like the design though. It looks like the only thing I see that might be an issue is if this roller wears out over use, because it doesn't look like it's easily replaceable. But you know, in the concept, what you're doing is when you're pushing down here through the linkage, you're pushing this roller down to push this pin down. So through leverage, it's a different way that it's set up than rather having just a spring where you go straight in. So I'm assuming right off the bat I'm going to notice that this is going to tend to go backwards when it goes down. That's the way it looks to me. But okay. So yeah, it definitely is going backwards as it goes down, and it's a little too soft. It's kind of spongy, but yeah, definitely going backwards. We'll put it in, and you know, if you're buying one of these seat posts, it's not because, you know, you're worried about the weight. You know, you're buying this because you want to be comfortable, and what I'm using the bike for is just to, I ride anywhere I want, as long as I want. You know, if I want to do 15 miles on it, yeah, it's not a fast bike, it's 40 pounds, but I can still do it. So, and it's so versatile. You know, I can take this into the woods, I can ride, it's very effective on the beach. I've ridden it on asphalt. It's great because you got this center tread that offers such low rolling resistance, but you still got lugs on the side for when you get in sand or something, you know, that's a little soft. You still have traction. You know, it's nowhere near as good as a mountain bike with real good tires on it, but these tires are all right. In fact, this is the second set that I've put on this bike. I wore the first set out, and they were so good I had no issues with them, so I went and bought the same exact tire again. So it's a good setup for this bike. So I get this in, see if I can get some camera shots of it working, in my opinion. Too, another thing I liked about this right out of the box was the ability how you adjust the angle of the seat. It's very nice to have that, because you know, this one was kind of weird the way it did it, and I've seen other seat posts that are a little weird the way you can do it, but this is like exact. I mean, if you want to go one click at a time, you can hear the thing go. So I like that. There's no movement to the side. That's beautiful. It's so annoying when your seat goes like this. So because of the way the linkage is all parallel this way, there's really no chance of it moving. So that I like. a little lower than I usually use it, but I'm trying to get it pretty flat. This is easy enough to increase the resistance here. It's just in the bottom. This is how it came. It was like, I don't know, ½ inch set in. I don't know how far this. See how that works. It's soft, isn't it? Yeah. You don't think it's an improvement?
No, it is for sure.
Because
it feels soft. I like it.
I'm gonna say, I definitely like this, and if you are looking for a suspension seat post, or if you have a bike that has one of the cheap ones that came with a cheap spring seat post, do yourself a favor. You can thank me later. Get rid of that and get this. It's 100% improvement. I'm sure there's probably ones out there on the market, you know, the Red Shifts and the Kinetic. They may be better than this. They're more money, but this is so plush, and if you like to ride in the trails in the dirt and you're going to hit the roots and ruts and bumps and stuff, it saves your butt, it saves your back, and for $100 I couldn't be more pleased. My only question now is longevity. How long is this going to last, or how long before it needs maintenance? That's my only question, because you know, I plan on using this quite a bit, and I do put a lot of miles on my bike. So if it does fail on me long term, or if I have any issues with it, I'll definitely do a follow-up vid and let you know what happened. But yeah, for $100, solid buy right there. So